babe, with a burning love inside. We would all be like screaming that at the top of our lungs, smoking weed, driving around to different skate spots, dude. We were super into fucking NoFX, man. And that's a funny band to I'll never deny them, man. I fucking loved them, and I don't listen to them now, but I need to break them back out, man. It is because I grew up, you know, like my best friends were like all crust punks and shit, and I was into crust punk, anarcho punk music, and there was a pretty good scene for it in Columbus, like in the 90s. And you know, so liking NoFX around those friends seemed kind of embarrassing. But my skate friends were into crust. A couple of them were into crust, but they weren't like my other friends, like wearing the patches and fucking the record collections and you know, being all punk rock in that way. They listened to some, you know, they probably listened to Crass and fucking the Blatts and you know, Propagandhi and shit like that. Not that Propagandhi's a crust band, but you know, back then Propagandhi was, a lot of the crust people were into Propagandhi. Fucking Crimp Shrine, you know, they listened to that shit, but they didn't they didn't have the whole, you know, it wasn't their identity like my punk friends. So anyways, we would just fucking go crazy on some NoFX, man. Oh my god. So anyways, all that to say is that, but you don't get the Odyssey effect, man. I really don't feel like you get the Odyssey effect with the car. You have some good ass fucking times in the car. Some great fucking times. But you don't get that sense of like, because I feel like you need the physical, there's almost a physical, when you're walking, you get the sense of accomplishment. You get the sense of accomplishment and the sense of struggle, you know, because like, and that kind of breaks you in a good way. Like, I don't know, it seems like a lot of good experiences happen from being broken. Dude, I don't know if you can hear those dogs, but it sounds like hundreds of fucking dogs. Jesus, dude. That troubles me. Because I've seen some fucked up shit in the country, man. Some fucked up shit with dogs. People have like fucking, you know, 20 dogs in a fucking small ass fence, and I guess they're breeding them or some shit. I'm like hearing like 100 dogs. I'm like, is that some fucking, there's a fucking turtle, man. I'm telling you, the enemy of fucking turtles is the goddamn train tracks. You know, I think that they go under here. Look, he could have almost got out, but he wasn't quite. It's just a little bit too big. I think they get under there at some point, and then they get stuck. Yeah, totally. That's how they get in. I mean, that's a pretty big hole right there. I don't think it could fit there, but there's definitely got to be holes where they can fit through. Damn. Hey, here's a fucking spray paint cap. Oh shit. Man, I remember in fucking first started painting, and I never went anywhere with it, but I was super into it, super fan. You know, you hear people talk about it in interviews and shit, and it really was how it was. Like in the 90s, we were, I mean, that's more shit, because we were able to order caps and shit. You know, there was like Graph magazines and shit where you could order caps, and we did that. But it was still a time when you would be like pulling shit off of shit in your house, and you know, getting caps that way. And like just one cap, if you got like a fat cap, it was like a special thing, you know. And used to clean them and shit with with whatever it's called, paint thinner. Used to soak them in that shit, and then I would end up breaking them because you can't soak them. It like dissolves them. The little like circle would pop out sometimes on me. Yeah, where the fuck was I at? The story. Yeah. Don't remember. Yeah, you don't have the sense of like accomplished. Oh yeah, being broken. I'm impressed with how I do bring it back. You know, the physical getting broken, the physical difficulty of it. You know, like every adventure story has fucking difficulties in it, and that's part of the fucking adventure, and you need that. Well, I feel like it makes it harder to have a fucking adventure with a car because you don't have that physical difficulty of walking, you know? There's another fucking turtle. I don't know, somehow I intuitively sensed that. But, yeah. Speaking of broken states, like, some of my favorite times happened the day after a fucking day of partying. In particular, I'm thinking about my homies, Celine and Sebastian in Paris. We would just party, and then the next day we'd all be hungover. And that's when you just like have these amazing moments where like you feel so fucking bad, but you also have these moments of just like cracking up, and these moments where the barriers between two people are like broken, you know what I mean? And you're just more vulnerable than ever, and you fucking just have these fucking moments of just cracking up, belly laughing, you know, being slap happy, fucking laughing at the most stupid shit. It almost feels like you're high on weed. Like, I hate weed these days because it just makes me insecure, but I remember like when it used to be fun for me, and you would just sometimes laugh at the dumbest things, and they weren't dumb. It was, I don't know, it was just, you perceive, I don't know, you see the funny things in like everyday things easier when I don't believe that it's actually a dumb, like you're just high and dumb. I believe that you're kind of tapped into like seeing the funniness of something that you didn't see that it was funny before, you know, when you weren't high. Yeah, but you know, that walking, like the physical hardship of it, you get tired. It's kind of like that fucking hangover thing. At certain points you're fucking tired, maybe you're grumpy, but then you catch a second wind, and then, you know, it all adds to the adventure. But on a side note, something I was talking about yesterday that got fucking, well, it didn't get deleted, it just didn't get recorded. Oh yeah, by the way, this battery lasts about 3 to 4 hours, I've found. So it'll eventually just cut out at some point. I think